In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use symbols in Affinity. They're one of the best features for speeding up your workflow, but they can also be frustrating when they don't update the way you expect. If you ever had that problem, don't worry, you're not alone, and I'm going to show you how to fix it. So let's get started. To start, you want to open your document, go on Window here on top, go all the way down to Vector, and then all the way down to Symbols. You can see that this window opens here. It is completely empty for now. To add a new symbol, you just want to select your object that you want to convert to a symbol. For that, I'm just gonna select this penguin here. It is just a normal vector file with a lot of curves, and you can click on Create. You can see here that the symbol appeared. On the layer panel, you can see as well that an orange line appeared next to the penguin graphic, and if you hover above it, it also says symbol. And to add another one of the instances or the symbols in your file, you can just drag and drop it from the symbols panel, or you can select an already existing symbol and just by command and dragging copy it, or by simply using Command C, Command V and dragging it across here. So now you have 4 penguins, which are all symbols and connected to each other. So if you, for example, want to change the color of the beak here, you can just select it in one of the penguins, and all of the other ones will get updated as well. You can do that with any feature, any outline. You could also do it with text. So there's a lot of options there. If you want to have one symbol where it doesn't update it, you can click here on the sync and pause the sync for a moment. If you now change the color of the beak here, for example, to be yellow, it will not affect the other instances of the symbol. If you reapply the sync and now change this color, it will affect all of the 3 penguins that were not changed during the pause of the sync, but the one I changed during not syncing will keep its yellow beak, and if I select this one and change it, will also only affect the one which I changed during deactivating sync. However, when I change the size now, it will affect all of the penguins. So it's just the color that I changed during not syncing that won't go back to syncing when I reapply it. If I want the size to also not change according to the other symbols, you have to go deactivate sync again, change the size of the beak, and then click on sync again, and then you can change the size of the beaks here, for example, and the one in the middle won't update. To change the size of all symbols, it's not enough to just select it and then try to resize it. You can see here that only this one was affected, which is quite handy if you have a logo, for example, and want to have it smaller or bigger in an instance and not having the other ones affected. But if you want to have all of them affected to change the size or to rotate them as well, you want to select all of the curves inside of the symbol, and then you can rotate it or resize it. You can see here now in the middle we might have a bit of a problem, as the beak that we changed before during not syncing is not updating. So keep that in mind. This also comes in quite handy if you add another element to the symbol. So if I, for example, draw a heart, you can see right now it just got added into my artboard and is not part of the symbol yet. To make it part of the symbol, you have to drag it inside of the symbol. So I'm just gonna put it close to this one penguin here in the middle and then drag it in there, and now you can see that the heart got added everywhere else as well. One thing to notice is that you can see here where I changed the size of the penguin, the heart is also smaller and changed in size. This is quite nice, so it always stays true to the proportion of the symbol. If you want to have one of the symbols not updating at all anymore, you can detach it. So just select it and then click on detach. And now only the 3 other ones will get updated if you do it. And the one in the middle, which I detached, is not updating anymore. You can also see that here in the layer panel that it's just a normal group now and not a symbol anymore. In addition to curves and lines and so on, you can also add some text to your symbols. As before with the heart, you have to make it part of the symbol. So I'm just going to select the one symbol here and drag and drop it onto the symbol, and then you can see that it got added to all the other symbols as well, but not this group here because we detached it from being a symbol. If I want to change the text, like for example, make an underline now, you can just do it like that and it will get updated to all the other symbols as well, which is quite nice. One thing that you might ask yourself when working with symbols is if symbols work across different documents. Sadly, they don't really do that. So if you open another document, you can see that the symbols panel here is completely empty, even though you have the same object or the same group in here as the one where we started off with the symbol in the other file. So if you want to work in this file with a symbol as well, you would have to click here on create again to have it as a symbol. In the beginning of the video, I also promised you that I will show you the most common problems with the symbols not syncing. So it might be that you're just working around in your file and even have the symbols panel closed again, and then think, I don't really like this color of the stomach after all, I'm gonna change it. And then you change it and wonder why it doesn't update to the other penguins as well. You can see here in the layers panel as well that normally for symbols you have this orange line here next to the object, but here you can see with the stomach that it is a dashed line. That shows you that the sync wasn't activated when you changed the color. To change that, just go back to Window, Vector, and Symbols, and activate the sync again. Go one step back and change the color to the gray as before, and then when you change the color now, it will update all the penguins as well. Another reason why you might think the symbol isn't working anymore is that you previously detached a group from being a symbol and then forgot about it. Sadly, there's not an option to reattach an object or a group to be a symbol, so the easiest solution for that is to just delete it and then add a new symbol again. Now all of them will update at once. One problem that I have most of the time is that I draw a heart and think, why isn't it added to the symbol? I just draw it on top of the symbol, it should be there. But you have to make sure that you always drag the new elements that you want to add to the symbol into the symbol group or onto the symbol. So just select it and drag and drop it onto the symbol, and then the heart will be added to all the other symbols as well. Hopefully I could help you with some of the problems of symbols and understanding symbols better, and I hope I will see you in the next video.